This is a representation of an atom, a really simple drawing. Now there are these electrons represented as E around these guys, and the orange one is the proton and the blue one is the neutron. Both the proton and the neutron are nucleus. Now they have their own charges and also their weight. Let's look. In this table, you see the electron weighing 9.109 times 10 to the negative 31 kilograms. Very, very small. Its charge is a -1 charge. Whereas proton weighs much greater, still small in weight, but still greater than electron, which is 1.73 times 10 to the -7 kilograms. And the neutron is 1.675 times 10 to the -27. Proton and neutron weigh very similarly close. The charge of the proton, however, is vastly different from electron and neutron. Proton has a charge of +1, and neutron, like the name, neutral, it doesn't have any charge. Now, I want to ask you a question. This atom over here, what atom is this? Can you tell? Here's another question. Well, what determines the identity of this atom? Do you need to look at the electrons, protons, or the neutrons, or perhaps everything in order to determine that this is a particular element? By the way, this is lithium. How do we know that this is lithium? Well, it's actually determined by the number of protons. Proton is the one that tells me that this is lithium. How? There are 1, 2, 3 protons in this image, and you're going to look at the periodic table and look at this corner number. That corner number, or it might be located right in the middle of right above the element, that number is the atomic number. So that's how I know this is lithium. Lithium has the number 3. So that's how I know that this is lithium, and that will be the same for all of these guys. So let's say sulfur, 16. Sulfur has an atomic number of 16, which means that it carries 16 protons. So let me come back to lithium again. What if lithium had 5 electrons? Is it still lithium? Yeah, it's still lithium. Whether it's 5 electron or none or millions of electrons, as long as it has 3 protons, that lithium is lithium. And same for neutrons. Even if the neutron may not have the same number as proton, it will still be lithium. With that, let's do a learning check. So first one, you want to label the above image as electron, neutron, and protons. Determine each charge of those. And assuming that this is a neutral element, meaning that this whole thing has an even amount of electron and even amount of protons, they're the same, they're equal in amount. What element does the above image show? So let's try this and come back, check the key. I'm going to do the last one with you. Come back. And here is portion of the key. Now, how do I know what element this might be? The electrons, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a total of 6 electrons. That means there are 6 negatives here. Well, proton is actually the determination of what the element might be. This element says that it is a neutral element, meaning that it has both same number of protons and electrons. So there are 6 protons, 6 positive, which makes this whole thing 0. So therefore, I need to look at in the periodic table with 6 protons. I'm going to go back. So here, if I see the number 6 right here, I see that it is carbon. So I'm going to go back and then state that this is carbon. Now let's look at all of these 3 lithium. This is a lithium, lithium, and lithium. How do I know? That's because it has 3 protons, 3 protons, and 3 protons. They all have 3 electrons. So again, there are 3 protons, and 3 electrons for all of them. But if you look very closely at the neutron, the number of the neutrons do differ from this image and this and this. The number of this one has 3 neutrons, 1, 2, 3. This one has 4, and this one has 5. But they're all lithium. However, these are isotope of each other. Isotope means that they are all lithium, but they just have different number of the neutron. Here are some isotope symbols to symbolize what these represent. Lithium 6, 3. Lithium 6. Lithium 6. Lithium 6. This one is lithium 7, 3. Lithium 7. Lithium 7 and lithium 7. And then you can read that on your own. More details about what this means on the next slide. So here on the next slide, what do these isotope symbols mean? Well, this 6 right here actually represents both the number of proton and neutron added together, and that's how you got the 6. This 3 on this corner is actually the number of protons. So what about this one? This isotope symbol is same as this one. It's just we just chose not to write the 3. Lithium 6, this represents again the number of the proton and the neutron. Lithium 6 right here, number of proton and neutron added together. So the other lithium, if I go back, you can see that this is a 7 here, and that's the number of the proton and the neutron added together. Proton and neutron added together, and so hence lithium 8. The bottom over here on this corner, you see that they're all 3, and that's because lithium has 3 protons. In summary, if we look at any element, it doesn't matter what element it is, in this corner, in that bottom left corner, the subscript will have the number of the proton present. Where is the number of proton? Can you find it from? You could find it from the periodic table, and that represented in these corners over here, okay? What about this top corner? Just like lithium 6, that represents the mass number, the number of proton plus the neutron. So it actually tells you how much this weighs. Well, why don't we add an electron as part of the weight? And that's because the weight of the electron is much smaller, and we consider that as 0. And here for the proton and neutron, we consider that each of them having 1 mass number. So 1 mass number of the neutron, 1 mass number for every proton. Well, are there anything on this side? Yes, actually there are more stuff on this side, and I'm only going to introduce it to you now, but more of that coming in the future videos. So on these corner, on the top right, that's where the charge goes. -1, -2, +1, +2. I'm going to write those example charges because in chemistry, if it's a +1, it could be written as plus or +1 or 1 plus. They all are same thing. If it's -1, You could write it as negative, -1, or 1 negative. What about if it's +2? Well, if it's +2 starting from there, you could write either as +2 or 2 plus, that's okay. If it's -5, let's just say, and then that would be -5, or you could write 5 negative. So negative and the positive sign could go interchangeably left and right of the number. What about the very bottom one? That represents how many atoms are present. Let's do a learning check. Write the element symbol for the atom that has atomic number of 9. So it's got an atomic number of 9 and a mass number of 19. How many electrons and how many neutrons does this atom have? Well, we're going to first find out what this element is. Look in your periodic table and see what carries the atomic number 9 and come back. So coming back, if you look at the periodic table, in the very top of either on the left side or in the middle of fluorine, you will see fluorine, F. And then that means the atomic number goes right here. What about the mass number? The mass number is 19, and they tell you that it's 19. So the symbol of this isotope looks like this. So we got the element symbol. But I also ask how many electrons are present. In fact, let's just go ahead and identify electron, proton, and neutrons. So I'm going to write that down. Electron, protons, and neutrons. Okay, so first the proton. That's the easiest one. It was on the periodic table, and that's the atomic number of 9. What about the electron? Well, the electron, this is a neutral element, okay? It's a neutral element, so therefore it's going to have the same number of proton, 9 positive and 9 negatives. What about the number of neutron? Well, the number of the neutron is actually, you could find it through looking at this. Remember, that number is number of the proton plus the neutron, isn't it? We already know number of the proton, which is 9. 9 plus the neutron is equal to 19. So what would N be? N is 10. So this is how we can calculate the number of electron, proton, and neutron and write out its symbol. Let's go ahead and write the other symbol of fluorine. So we can write F19. Or, so this is one. This is another one. Here's another one. We can write F19. It's another symbol. We can actually write it out. Fluorine -19. So these are all possible isotope symbols that you could write for fluorine. In this learning check, it asks how many protons, neutrons, and electrons are present in each of the neutral atoms. I am going to do the first one with you, and then you can try the rest. Let's look at this. Br79. Bromine, look in your periodic table, and you'll see that bromine is on number 35. Atomic number 35. So if it's 35, so technically there should be a 35 here if you were to write it in the other atomic symbol. So the number of the proton was easy to determine, 35. It's the same as the atomic number. What about electrons? Well, electron, this is a neutral atom, so it's the number of the same as the proton since it has no charge. What about neutron? Well, neutron, we can get that from looking at this number. That number, 79, is the mass number, and it adds both proton plus the neutron. So right now I have 35 as my proton. So what is my number of neutron? You're going to go ahead and subtract the 2. 79 minus 35, which would be 44. So this is 44. So I have the number of my protons, neutron, and electron. You're going to do the same thing for all of the rest of the isotopes here and come back and check the key. And here is the key.